Hello YouTube and hello Twitter and hello TikTok. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing okay. Welcome to Thursdays with Viola. So today we'll talk Read Me, Speak Me. I will talk about my writing a little bit, and I wanted to mention marketing and how I feel about it. And also I have purchased some books lately and I want to talk about those a little bit. So let's get started, everyone. Okay, Read Me, Speak Me is back this week after a bit of a hiatus, and it's back with a piece called The Earth Taught Me to Forgive by Vanessa, and her handle is @PuzzledGoddess. It's a nice, I think Vicky referred to it as a reflective piece, and one for nature lovers. There's some personification of elements of the earth, and that's also really nice. So I've done my reading. I've listened to a lot of readings. It's great. So, and I've never heard Vanessa's voice before, so I'm looking forward to that. I like hearing new voices. Okay, so just mentioning my work in progress. Yes. I edited a couple more chapters. It's just kind of moving along really slowly. I've had a few mishaps at home. Things that have just happened that have taken up my sort of time and attention. I'll just mention one of them. We had an electrical fault that happened on a Sunday, so no plug sockets were working on a Sunday, so that was fun. It's mostly okay now. Anyway, moving on. I have been purchasing books, so I kind of went a little bit crazy. I finished Crow Calls Volume 1. It's a collection of poetry. A lot of Twitter poets are on here. Quill and Crow Publishing House, I've seen them. It's Cassandra L. Thompson and Marie Casey seem to be in charge of Quill and Crow Publishing House. And I'll just give you a little sample of Fizzy's piece, because she's a contributor to this poetry collection. It's just a short little piece to give you a taste. Okay. Pages of karma fly from my heart, arrowed words of vulgar acuity. My disassembled existence hunts that very mockingbird hunter. Voices screech, eyes halt in terror. The hunter becomes the hunted. So there's lots of kind of some violent language, death language, and also love language. So it's a mix of all those things. And when I say I have been purchasing books, I got the next volume of Crow Calls. Look! Nice, It's nice. I finished Crow Calls last night. I finished the rest of the pieces. It's kind of nice reading poetry when I'm just not quite ready to embark on a full-on novel yet, but I just felt like kind of relaxing with some words last night, and so that's what I did. So that's, I've got that to read. And I ordered this. Capital Murders. Alex McCarty is on Twitter. You may have seen him before. This is kind of it's a murder mystery. A young wallflower working in the highest spheres of Canadian politics is found dead. Who did the deed? So it's a whodunit sort of thing. The size of the book is interesting. But I'm gonna give that a go. Be patient with me, everybody. I'm slow. I'm not gonna read these things overnight. I'm just not like that, okay? I'm not that fast. And then I downloaded some stuff on my Kindle. I know Stephanie Simpson is one of them because she's falls under the category of my real comfort reading. Neon Hearts, that's her latest release by Stephanie Simpson, and it is erotic romance, so it is on the naughty side. So if you don't like, if you like clean or sweet, it's not that, okay? And I also downloaded The Orphan of Cemetery Hill by Hester Fox. And there's an epitaph actually at the beginning that's really nice, like, remember me as you pass by, as you are now, so once was I. As I am now, so you must be, so prepare for death and follow me. 18th century epitaph. So that's nice. I like that. And I like Hester Fox. You know, she does write historical fiction with kind of sometimes supernatural elements involved. So I've read 2 books by her so far, and I have enjoyed them. And I also downloaded The Hour of the Witch by Chris, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Chris Boy, I need glasses, oh my, Bojalian. Okay, I'll just say The Hour of the Witch. And it involves Puritans, so that got me. You know, he's, you know, more along the lines of like you're pushing towards mainstream New York Times bestseller kind of author, which I'll admit on one hand makes me jealous because I you know, I crave the success and I want to write about Puritans one day. I finish my other stuff. But I'm hopefully I'll just get a lot of enjoyment out of this. And I ordered this, a hard copy, and I'll tell you why. Pirate Women, the princesses, prostitutes, and privateers who ruled the 7 seas. I never told you guys, but I did watch another docudrama on Netflix. This was probably over a month ago now. And it was a pirate history docudrama. So, you know, they literally talk about Blackbeard and other famous pirates and stuff. And it kind of portrayed them in sort of a more, you know, like they weren't all the same. You know, some were more violent than others, and kind of the history of piracy and how they were sort of, in a way, left for dead by the British government, really, at the time. You know, they were at once useful fighters, and then all of a sudden they weren't needed anymore. So they kind of had to find their own way of making money, and they knew where there was a lot of treasure and whatnot. And it's anyway, and there's just a lot of interesting aspects to the history of pirates. And there was one academic on there who was being interviewed, and she mostly knew about the women who were involved in piracy. So, and she was the author of this book, Laura Sook Duncombe. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy that. What's the other thing that's on my mind that I want to talk about? Yeah, marketing. I need to get a little bit more into that. You know, joining TikTok, and I try and stay on book talk or author talk or whatever, reader talk. If you go the route of being an indie author, you know, you're not traditionally published, you've not gone that road, you do have to learn about marketing and putting yourself out there and making yourself sound interesting and the sort of person that, you know, people would want to read your story, you know, because you can, you know, I was so naive when I first joined Twitter. I remember tweeting a link to my book on Amazon at the time, I think in 2011, and I thought, oh, people might buy it. And it's like, yeah, no, you need to work a little harder than that to get people's interest and make them want to read your book, you know, make them want to read it, like for more than, you know, not just like a favor, like, oh, Viola seems nice, I'll read her book. We don't want it to just be like that. You know, I mean, because I was reading the back of Crow Calls, and it's nice, actually. You get a little mini biography of all the different poets and stuff, and some of them have only just started writing, some have been writing for years, and it's nice to know about people. But I have written one of these little mini biographies before myself, and it's strange because you have to write about yourself as though someone else is writing about you, you know, in a third person or whatever. So it's a bit awkward. I always felt awkward doing it, and I feel awkward marketing and trying to put my book out there. And I'm working out in my head the best way to do that. Because for right now, I really have one main book to sell, and that is, as you all know, it's In Love with the Past by me, Viola Dawn. And thus far, my success with people who've read and enjoyed the book would be people who are from North Dakota or who are from the Danube Swabian community. And yes, some of that is my own family, but not everyone who's read it and enjoyed it is like related to me or whatever. But marketing, you know, yourself, I always think of this scene from the movie Blades of Glory. There's a scene where Will Arnett and Amy Poehler are trying to encourage their, you know, the character who's their younger sister to seduce Will Ferrell's character. They're trying to get her to lure him, you know, and at one point Will Arnett gets frustrated because she's so meek and not, you know, not being aggressive enough with her seduction. And he just goes, "Sell yourself," you know, really, really forcefully. And I think of him saying that when I think of marketing. It's hard. It's a bit unsavory. I don't like it. I don't like trying to you know, say, "Hey, please part with your hard-earned money for my story." It doesn't sit right with me. I struggle with it, but I have to do it because I would like, for now, creative control. And it's what I want to do. Ultimately, the pros and cons, I lean more towards doing the indie thing. But marketing is a part of that, and as icky as I feel about marketing myself, my brand as an author or whatever, and the book that I do have available that you can purchase, it's something I have to do. And I'm trying to make peace with that, everyone. But that's me, kids. 12 minutes, okay. It's not that bad, is it? But I have to go because I have things to do. And I hope you all have a pleasant rest of your Thursday. Have a nice Friday. Have a good weekend. And fingers crossed, I will see you next week and I will have gotten my teeth into some of these books. Okay, see ya.